Right, so before we start with the finishing off the camper build of Project Raven, I'm going to have to give you a bit of background as to what's happened and why there hasn't been any videos lately of what's been going on. And the main reason is, not long after my daughter got the van at home, the engine management light came on. She managed to get it home, stopped the engine, it wouldn't start again. So she managed to get it into a garage. The garage couldn't fix it. So now it had to wait for 3 months for it to go into a specialist VW garage. And while it's been waiting, it has just been sat for 3 months doing nothing because it won't start. So the other garage diagnosed it and they fixed it within a day. That's how good this VW specialist garage was compared to the other garage. Do not get me started on the other garage. They've royally peed me off with what they did to the van and what they charged. But that's in the past now, it's gone. So we've now got the van back. The VW specialist garage fixed the problem, as I've just said, but because it's been stood for 3 months, the problems that were, or well, they weren't problems. The items that were listed as advisories on the last MOT are now a problem because it's been stood for 3 months. And they also found something that I didn't know about, but now have to fix. So they gave us a list because we just can't afford for that garage to fix the problems, which is why we got the van back up here. It's in the drive. I'm going to go through the problems with you. Then we're going to fix the problems. Then we're going to get it booked in for MOT. Right, so what we can see straight off is very rusty discs and calipers. Like that. Very rusty. And the same on the back as well. But what's not ideal is that there. No. I don't know whether you can see that. Let's put a bit of light on. Can you see? We've got a cracked spring. Well, not a cracked spring, a broken spring. So that's not good. So that means both struts are going to have to come off, new springs on. And I also think I'll have to clean up these calipers if I can get them working. If not, I'm going to have to replace them. And also is that bush in there. So look at the back. Yeah, and discs have had it as well. Hopefully the caliper will clean up. Right, so that's where we're at. I got it back from the garage, had a proper look at it, and yeah, there's a bit to do. So I'm going to get the parts ordered so we can start fixing the problems and get this van MOT ready. And once we've done that, then we can actually carry on with the camper build. Right, so I've ordered the parts. They'll hopefully come in either tomorrow or within the next couple of days. But while we're waiting for them to come, we are going to be getting this side off and ready. So let's get into this. Well, the front disc took a bit of getting off, as you can imagine, with the state of it. It was a little bit stuck on, but we got it off with a bit of persuasion. So these pads are well and truly at it. So next job is get this off. So I'll crack on with that. Looks like only 3 bolts. Could be more than that. Right, so I'm onto this lower swing arm. So I've got the ball joint there. I've got a bolt there, and we've got a bolt just under there. They're all 18mm. In fact, what I've done, I've took the inner wheel arch cover off just to give me a bit more access to that one, because I couldn't get to it. Right, so once I've got this off, we'll move on to the next one. I have already pre-loosened these. Anyway, you don't want to see me struggle with that. Loosen that bolt. I've loosened the other bolt. So once I've got it off, I'll show you. Well, I've got that off. Lower swing arm. And yes, this is a little bit knackered. I'd say just a little bit. So I've got a new one of them coming. The only trouble is I had to take it off the ball joint, which is there. So I've just checked this up at the minute. There's some blocks of wood, so I need to get the ball joint off there. So let's crack on with the next job. It's a bit pointless taking that down and just having it dangling there when I haven't got the spring to put back on it. Not yet. So we'll take this side rear calipers off, rear disc off. Right, so we're on the back caliper now. So this has 2 12mm bolts, one there and one down there where the spanner is. and that will be another Torx bit there, which is a T30. Right, so I've got the caliper carrier off. That needs cleaning up. I'm just going to keep these clips for now because I don't know whether I'm going to get any new ones in with the new pads. So these pads are shot. I've got plenty of meat on them, but because the discs are that knackered, I mean, look at the state of that. You can see where it was stuck on there, where it's been sat for 3 months. But actually that disc came off with just a little tap. So all this lot needs cleaning up. Ready for the new ones to go on. Right, so it's been a few days. I've got a few parts, but I'm still waiting for pads. I think they're going to be coming next week sometime, but I hope they get here soon. So I've got new springs, one for either side, 2 new top mounts. Got the lower suspension arms. Now these you can get them either with the ball joint or without the ball joint. I've got them with the ball joint, so they've got 2 new ball joints. Brake discs for the front and rear. So I'm gonna make a start on getting that off. Right, so a quick update for you. I've got the new spring in, got the lower suspension arm in. Just need to put the discs on the pads. When I eventually get the pads, I've got the discs. But what I'll do, sorry, the sun's in my eyes. I'll film the other side and I'll do a specific video for each one. So there'll be one for changing the front pads and discs, one for changing the springs, one for changing the lower swing arm. So after everything we've done to this van, does it actually drive properly? New brakes, new lower suspension, new springs. So we're going to take it for its MOT and test it on the way there. Starts up fine. Let's go and check it out. Steering seems okay. Let's go down a bumpy bit. Yep, all that seems okay. No knocking or anything like that. Let's just try the brakes. Brakes are good. What the f***? On the way to the MOT, got a fecking engine management light on. Fuck. Anyway. let's see if it passes or not today. Lights on the dash aren't good. Well, we're at the MOT place. It's out of my hands now. Just have to wait for the phone call. So I've just had a message from the garage about Raven's MOT. There's a few other bits that I wanted doing as well. Like one of the wheels needed balancing. I wanted the tracking checking. Let's go and find out. So I've got to pick the van up. Apparently the engine light that came on was an EGI fault, which might need, if it comes up again, it might need looking into. But did it pass its MOT? Yes. And no advisories. So all the work we've done paid off. Absolutely brilliant. So let's just hope this EGI thing isn't going to be a recurring thing, because if it is, then we need to address a few things, but that's a different problem. See you later.